Alrighty then, welcome to another exciting episode of Metallist Math. Today we're going to start doing some practice tests for the ACT for the math part. This is test one. We're going to do 5 questions at a time, so the video is going to be kind of short, and you can skip through and see which ones that you're interested in. And also, if you are into hard rock and heavy metal, please check out my other channel, The Metallist, T-H-E-E, Metallist, and we have a good time over there. So let's go ahead and hop right into these. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to approach these problems and, more importantly, strategies to help you out, like to eliminate questions, or not questions, but answers that you know are wrong, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So this one is pretty much just adding fractions. It says Shannon walked 1 2/3 miles on Wednesday and 2 3/5 miles on Thursday. It says, what was the total distance in miles she walked during those 2 days? Okay, so first things first, 2/3 is bigger than 1/2, and 3/5 is bigger than 1/2. So those two fractions together are going to add to something a little bigger than 1. And then we have 1 and 3, so that's going to be 3 plus another 1 through the fractions. So it's going to be 4 and some change. So these guys are too small. And in order to be 5, the 1 would have to be 2 plus 3. Okay, so that's not going to happen either. So that guy's out. Okay, so let me show you a cool hack for adding fractions. So we know we're going to have 3, and then plus these fractions, right? So we've got 2/3 plus 3/5. Okay, I'm going to switch up colors here. Just see what's going on. All right, so here's a good way to do fractions. Multiply these two guys together. So 3 times 3 is 9. Multiply these two guys together. And 2 times 5 is 10. And then on the bottom, just multiply these two guys together. And that's 15. Okay, add the top. So we get 9 and 10, that's 19 over 15. So as predicted, since the top is bigger than the bottom, we've got something bigger than 1. So then this would actually be 1 and 4/15. Okay, and then plus the 3. Well, first of all, this is the only answer that has 4/15 in it, so that's our guy. And then the 1 and the 3 gives you 4. But notice how we were able to get rid of 3 answers before we really even got down to business. Okay? Next up. All right, so we're just multiplying these guys all together. Here's what you always want to do with these guys. Start with the numbers. So I've got 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. So it starts with a 24. Even if you run out of steam, we've eliminated 2 answers. You know, and 1 out of 3 shots better than 1 out of 5 shot every day of the week. Okay? So now we just have to add the exponents. And remember, if there is no exponent, technically this is a 1. Those are both 1. So we go ahead and do the x's. So we've got 3, 4, and 5. So that guy's out. So we're down to these two guys. So now we got to do the y's. So here we've got y squared and y squared again. 2 plus 2 is 4. There's our guy. Okay? So as you work through the problem, keep going back to the answers and see what you can eliminate. That definitely helps out. Like I said, if you run out of steam, you got a lot less answers to choose from. Okay, next up. All right, so, oh, and by the way, for those of you ACT versus SAT, the ACT is all calculator, all multiple choice. So SAT, some of them you have to come up with your own answer, some of them you can't use a calculator. So that is one advantage to the ACT. But it is more problems, but I think they're easier too. So, all right, so we got a teacher here. Obviously, this is an old problem. Makes $33,660 a year. Teachers don't get paid much, but they do get paid more than that. And this is for 180 days. And it says if he takes a day off without pay and they pay a substitute $85, right? Then it says how much less does the school district have to pay out that day? Okay. So what we want to do here is we want to take and figure out how much this guy makes a day. So we're going to take the 33,660 and divide by 180. Let's break out a calculator here. And for these kind of tests, use whatever calculator you're comfortable with. Okay. So we had 33,660. I'm going to divide that by 180. So he makes $187 a day. Okay. So for some reason he's taking this day without pay. I don't know why. Okay. So they're going to pay somebody to come in for him, and they're only going to pay them $85. So we subtract that off. That's going to be 102. Okay. And of course, do the 187 minus 85. You can use your calculator on that too. But that one was pretty easy, just to subtract old school. All right, let's go and check out another one. All right, so this one says the student earned the following scores on 100-point tests. There they are. It says, what score must the student earn on the fifth and final 100-point test of the marking period to earn an average test grade of 80% for the 5 tests? Okay, so this is kind of what I call the money in the bank sort of thing. Okay, so if you have an average of 80 on the test, that means basically that it would be like you took 5 tests and got 80 on every single test. That's basically what an average is. Okay, so how many points would we actually need here? Well, we would need 5 times 80, which is 400. Again, use your calculator if you need to. So he's going to need 400 points total. Well, these are the points he's already got in the bank. All right. So what we're going to do then is we're going to take those 4 test scores, subtract those off of 400, and hope that the answer you get is something less than 100. Okay. And if the answer we get is more than 100, then it would be answer K. But let's check it out. So again, let's break out the calculators. So we clear it out here. We got 400 minus 63 minus 72 minus 88 and minus 91. Okay. So we came up with 86. So that means we get an 86 on the last test. We're going to get to our average of 80%, which would give us a B. All right. Okay, last one for today. All right, so saturation of the lake, blah, 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 is found by dividing the amount of dissolved oxygen by the total capacity, okay? So they're telling you what to do here, divide. So here they say here is what we have in the lake currently, so it's 6.4. And right here, the capacity is 9.5, okay? So here's the thing, if it was 10, then it would be 64%. But since it's less than 10, the answer is going to be more than 64%. So this guy's definitely out. I don't think these guys make any sense. So I think we're kind of down to these two. But again, break out your calculator. And clear it out. We go 6.4 divided by 9.5. And we get about 0.67, blah, blah, blah. So that would be this guy. Okay. So like I say, you just kind of plow through, find your numbers. This one pretty much told you what to do. And that's it for round 1. Like I said, we'll continue doing 5 questions each, or 60 questions. So we'll end up with 12 videos when it's all said and done. But again, I appreciate you guys listening. Be sure to subscribe, like, make some comments for me. And we'll see you all next time.